you've ever tried to play Johnny Be Good, you probably cramped up trying to move traditional power chords around the neck fast enough. Today we're throwing those out, getting rid of them. I'm going to show you the one-finger Chuck Berry cheat code, a specific chord inversion that gives you that massive driving rock tone without the finger gymnastics. Let's get right to it. The secret, the one-finger inversion. Normally, you learn a power chord like this, the root note on the bottom and the fifth on the top. But we're going to flip it. We're putting the fifth of the chord on the bottom and the root on the top. You can take a look at my fret hand. This is the B, instead of the B flat here, this is the B flat. Frets 3 and 3 on the two middle strings. You know, it's like, it's just like that, right? So look at my fret hand. I'm barring just one finger across the A and the D strings, or the D and the G strings, depending on the string set, right? So we could be the A and the D strings, or the D, in this case, it's the D and the G strings. But we'll get to that in just one moment. Look at my fret hand. I'm barring just one finger across the A and the D strings. In this case, it's the D and the G strings, depending on the string set. And I'm on the two middle strings. So we have the fifth and the root. This beautiful ringing chord is a resonance you'll use for the rest of your life. It's the absolute backbone of rock and roll. So 12-bar blues, position 1. Let's put this into a 1-4-5 progression right here, right now, in open position, so you can feel the engine of the song. I'm going to demonstrate this slowly, and I'm starting on the two middle strings. This is the B flat. So it's da da dee da 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 da, and you'll notice that I'm only using on my picking hand downstrokes, and then we're moving da 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 ba da 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 bum 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 ba da. All right, so we'll get back to that. This is very slow. Notice how much less work my hand is doing. We're focusing entirely on the picking hand and locking into an eighth note grid. Right, super important. Now, Chuck Berry didn't play this in open position. Let's move this exact same one finger shape up to the sixth position, the key of B flat. So we're moving from this B flat here, same shape, from the D and G strings up to the A and D strings. So it's very similar. Your first finger is doing all the heavy lifting, acting as an anchor. And then we're headed up to the 4 chord on the two middle strings, fret 8. And we're in position 6, but we're going to use fret 8. And then quick timeout. A lot of you ask how to get that snappy driving tone without a massive stack of amps. Today I'm playing a Martin DX2E Zero Cody Burst. I grabbed this from Sweetwater. The acoustic electric bite of this top combined with the snappy chord inversion, that naturally creates that percussive Chuck Berry snap. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check out the exact specs. Adding the third finger, the rock and roll bounce. Now for the magic. Because your first finger is barring the chord, your third finger is completely free. We are going to arch the third finger up and over, making sure the fleshy part doesn't mute the strings, and grab the 6th degree of the scale. All right, so we're starting with the B flat. And we're moving up to the E flat. And up to F. Back to B flat. And then we can get into that other stuff later on, but this is very simple, and we're adding that third finger as the color tone to keep that rock bounce going. Now listen to that. That's the sound of rock and roll, and you are doing it with minimal effort. The iconic intro solo. You didn't think I'd let you leave without learning the intro, did you? So let's slow it down, note for note, and I'm going to walk through the slide intro on the top 2 strings. Notice how I use the first finger to slide in. It sets up the entire phrase. So we're starting here. And we're on the top 2 strings on fret 6. We're sliding into 6. I'm kind of sliding from fret 4-ish, but I'm not really, I'm kind of already moving by the time I kind of squeeze and get that connection with the fret going. Then here's another, just descending down that minor pentatonic, and then we land on the A and D strings, and then we use that 8th fret, and then I love this little piece right here because we're on fret 7 and 6 on the G and B strings, and we're still doing those, using those 8th note, or that 8th note grid. That's a really powerful, really nice double stop session right there. And then we slide out. This is just a little bit beyond where we were going to be in the session, but this is really easy for you to appreciate because we're basically using one finger getting here, and then we're using another one finger wonder bar here, and then we're using 2 different notes on 2 different strings, and we're sliding with that, really with that 3rd finger. I'm moving from fret 7 down to 3 or 5, and I'm really coming down the bottom of the B flat major pentatonic, which is kind of cool to know, right? At some point, if you want to do that, we can do that. But and then what we're doing is, and then we have this really cool like slide up to fret 10 on the G string, because I'm not going to bend on the acoustic guitar. I mean, I could, but I'm just going to take it easy here, and then I'm passing that F note back and forth between that 10th fret on the G string and 6th fret on the B string. And I'm using just a down and up stroke here. And as a bonus, let's wrap this up with a tribute to the minor pentatonic scale. Since we're already talking about it, I want to feature a special guest cameo from the major 3rd on the G string though. So that's what it would sound like just coming down the minor pentatonic, right? But I'm going to check out, how does Mr. Barry, how did he use this? Ooh, that's very classic rock right there. Classic blues. So we're using that major 3rd on fret 6, or 7 actually. We're slurring from 6 to 7. You could pluck and then hammer, or pluck and then just slide your guitar up a fret, right? Right, yeah. If you want the exact tabs for everything we just did, go to the link in the description and download the one finger map. I've also included the 50 song master checklist so you can see exactly how many iconic riffs use this exact same cheat code. You've just mastered the backbone of rock and roll, but Johnny B. Goode is just one of the 50 songs you can play with this technique. Click the video on the screen right now to watch the full one finger playlist, and I'll see you over there.